Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I'm sitting here with Upset.
Hello.
Congratulations on your win. Are you feeling
Thank
good
you.
about it?
Mm, I'm not necessarily feeling good about the win per se because I think it was quite sloppy actually, and we did quite a lot of mistakes. But I'm still obviously happy to take a win because I think the past weeks have been quite rough for us with me being ill and the whole sub situation. So I'm still happy that we got the win, but our main goal is definitely improvement.
So you did manage to take a win of Giants Gaming, who right now are looking like a top tier team in the league. Does that mean Schalke is back on track to make a comeback and challenge for the top spots again?
Mm, I think right now we're not really looking to get every win that we can, but mostly to improve as much as possible. And the EU standings are a bit weird right now because the teams that I considered very strong aren't necessarily on top of the standings, and teams that I considered weaker are like doing really well right now. So I think it's hard to say which are really the best teams right now, and it will take a lot of time to see who's improving more over the split and will be good for playoffs.
Now, Vitality is one of those teams that is surprisingly amazing right now. You got to play against them yesterday, packed a loss. You on Callista was a very surprising option, but it didn't work out for you guys despite it being a really strong pick. What went wrong in that game?
I think they actually had a game plan prepared for it because they did ban the Tam Kench, which is usually the answer into Alistar, and then they first rotated Alistar into Callista, and they also had Sejuani Camille with a lot of lockdown. But I think yesterday we just couldn't really translate what we practiced in scrims for the whole week into stage, and that was the biggest issue. I think Callista as a pick wasn't necessarily the problem, it was more like how we played as a team.
Okay, fair enough. What teams are you looking at facing right now in terms of teams that you haven't faced? What bot lanes do you really want to go up against?
I think, judging from scrims, I would like to play against Reckless and Hillesang and Mickey and Hansama the most on stage because I think they are quite good and I would like to see how they play on stage.
Hansama has been phenomenal for the start of the ULCS. So right now, if you would have to say, in your opinion, who's like the best AD carry in the league, who would you put in as first?
I think it's very hard to judge right now, but best performing AD might actually be Hansama right now. So yeah, I would probably rate him the best AD carry right now from just the games that they played.
So you unfortunately had to step down in the first week, of course.
Yeah.
Was it a bit tough to see your team from afar and not being able to compete for yourself?
Yeah, it was actually very sad and difficult for me because it was also my first game on stage and I would have loved to share the experience with my teammates in the first match of LCS. So me not being there was definitely not a fun experience, but I was actually very happy to see how my team dealt with the situation, and I think they did a very great job and I'm proud of them.
Yeah, and I mean, Wanda as an ADC, people were rumoring that he might be the starting ADC all of a sudden.
Yeah, he might take my spot. He's quite good on Varus for sure. Yeah.
I got to worry a bit. Maybe got some inner team competition there. What do you personally think of Varus as an ADC right now?
I don't want to give too much insight, but I think with the Targon changes, he definitely dropped a lot in priority. He's still a fine champ if you want to go even in lane and if you want to provide utility, but he's not on top of my list necessarily.
Speaking of Vander, what's the synergy like so far, given that he's such a veteran at this point and you're still a rookie?
I think what's very good about my relationship with Vander is that we can discuss a lot of topics on how we want to play and that we really can shape the way we want to play the game together. So that's the best part, and I think even though he's a veteran, it's kind of both-sided, that he shares his experience, but I share new things too that I think might be good. So we are both open-minded towards each other and we both aim to improve.
One more question about the game. At the very first minutes of the game, you, maybe on purpose, but probably by accident, took the red buff. Did it help you out in lane?
I mean, to be honest, we were like saying in loading screens that he has to be careful of my poison, and I even said it right before I got it, and then a happy little accident happened and I got it. It was quite nice for lane actually, because I got some more health regen. I actually was up in CS at the start, but to be honest, it doesn't make too much of a difference for laning, and it really sucked for our jungle, because he couldn't really pressure the map afterwards, how we wanted to play this comp, so yeah, I wouldn't do it again.
Okay, good to know. Now, Pride did put in a very impressive performance on that Sejuani. Amazing has been calling out for Sejuani to be picked more. Do you agree with that notion that Sejuani is a really important pick for junglers?
Yeah, I definitely think it's quite a strong pick. I don't know the priority of it. I think there are a lot of strong jungle champs right now, so it's hard to tell, but in this game it was very good for us for sure.
In the off-season, essentially, before the ELC started, Schalke did a very interesting experiment in the way that you boot camp, not going to Korea or like not boot camping in Berlin or anything, but you boot camped in the Veltins Arena, which is the Schalke arena of the football team. What was that experience like, and was it difficult at times? You know, you probably have people running around, and it's not really dedicated for that, right?
I mean, we actually got like our own space in the Veltins Arena where we could practice, and I think it was a very positive experience overall. And actually, it was even better than I expected because I bonded well with my teammates quite fast, and yeah, I really got to like them also. I also think that through the bootcamp in Gelsenkirchen instead of Korea, maybe they learned more about the football club Schalke and what it's like to be in Schalke and what Schalke is all about. So it was a very good experience overall for me and the team.
Was it an impressive sight to walk down the famous Schalke tunnel in the stadium?
I mean, at this point, I've had to walk down this tunnel so many times for videos because I've been in Schalke for quite some time now. But it's always nice to be down there and see all the things.
I can only imagine. And we've talked about your the way it was to stand in front of the fans, because we did an interview before the split started. So check that out as well. Is there anything you would like to say to the plenty of Schalke fans out there?
Yeah, I mean, even though right now our performances aren't as good as people might have expected, I think we will definitely pick it up, and our main goal is improvement right now. So yeah, I hope we can show good performances over the coming weeks and get better and better so people can be proud to be a Schalke fan.
You heard it from Upset. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Schalke Esports as well. This was Darius from the Shotcaller. Hope you had a good day. See you then.